The next question, another niche question. Scott, should I choose a niche with a lot of competition? What are your thoughts? So yeah, niches with a lot of competition are still worth trying because a couple of very interesting things start to happen. So sure, having a niche with a lot of competition, it's not so it can't be profitable, might be just a little bit harder because the more competition you have, the more unique your product has to be to stand out. But also in saying that, I realized something that even with a lot of competition, your so-called competition are going to do this. And this is fact. They're going to get into the niche, and the way they found that niche is usually just by following everybody else. So there's already a flaw in their thinking. They attack it or semi-attack it for like 7 days or 14 days. They don't really know how to market it properly because, you know, they're normally talking about themselves or the flash and the hype, and I've talked about that before. So they do that for like 7 to 14 days. It doesn't turn into like 10K. And then what do? They niche jump. So they're marketing it wrong. They're not getting clients, and that's a cause and effect result. The reason you're not getting clients is because you're marketing the business wrong and talking about all the wrong things. And even if they've copied somebody else, they've just copied the surface level. They just see everybody doing like anxiety, and so they go after anxiety. But if the person that they've copied it from is very successful, that person understands all the parallels that made the surface level of anxiety work. Like they understand all the symptoms and the parallels and where these clients are, what to say to them, what marketing to do. They understand all this, but the person copying them doesn't see that. They just see like, you're doing anxiety, you're doing really well, I'm just going to copy that. And they wonder why they fail. So 7 to 14 days of that, and then they niche jump. And then they go find what everybody else is doing. They go to that niche. They do the same thing, wrong marketing, make the same mistakes, repeat all the things that failed in the first niche. 7 to 14 days later, they don't make any money. They niche jump again and again and again and again and again. So my point with this is, even if it looks like there's a lot of competition, 99% of the market doesn't know how to market that business properly. They don't even know how to get the clients. They don't know where their clients are. They're just copying everybody to surface level view. So while they're competition now, in another 7 to 14 days, they won't be in that market. Staying in a niche and being competitive in a niche is like survival of the fittest. It's like who can last the longest and take action regardless of the immediate result. We've talked about this on a video before where I said the marketing you do today won't show up as clients until later. That's just fact. There's a time element to this, but a lot of people don't see that. So it's survival of the fittest, like who can last in this market the longest. And sometimes just outlasting everybody else, while all your competition, so to speak, jumps from niche to niche to niche, will now open up the blue ocean of that niche where there's no competition. And because you've stuck there the longest, all of their bad marketing or even some of their semi-bad marketing plus your good marketing will now draw the attention of all those people that just needed some time to think about their problem if they want to work with a therapist in the first place. Now they come kicking down your door as a result of everybody marketing their business, but now you're stealing their clients. Hopefully that makes sense. So yeah, like competition's a big thing. But again, I've talked about this before. The only way to know if there's competition, if a niche works, is to do it. There is no other way. We can look at the metrics all day long. We can look at the numbers, which is a big important thing to do. But taking action will give us real world results. It'll give us real world data. And if there's competition, so what? They'll probably be out of that niche within 7 to 14 days. And what's funny is the same people will like jump from like niche to niche to niche to niche, 10 niches later. They're all the way back at the start. It's like 2 years later. They're all the way back at the start. And you've grown so many fathoms in your business, 10 grand a month, 20 grand a month, 50 grand a month, where they look at you again and go, that niche was profitable. I'm going to start it again. But you have learned so much about this niche in that, 2 years while they were jumping around. You were focused on this one niche. You really became the survivalist in this, and they see the surface level of, anxiety is a profitable niche. I'm going to start there again. They do it for 7 to 14 days because they don't see the dynamic of the niche. They don't understand exactly what you're doing, just the surface level. They attack the niche for 7 to 14 days, then they jump again and again and again and again. And everybody does this. So don't be this person. Don't concern yourself with competition yet. Try it, test it. You're obviously in our 100K coaching program, because I remember your name and your email. Just follow that. But that's my biggest advice for competition in a niche. Don't be a niche jumper. Stick with it. Survival of the fittest, and you'll win every time. The therapists and coaches that stick with their niche for the longest amount of time, they will always win over people that just jump to jump and jump from niche to niche.